Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what exactly a commit is in Git. So I think the best way to start here is probably just to start with the Git documentation. So basically, here's a quick description of what happens when you run git commit. So basically, running git commit checksums all project directories and stores them as tree objects in the Git repository. Git then creates a commit object that has the metadata and a pointer to the root project tree object so that it can recreate the snapshot when needed. So if we look at this diagram, basically, each file in Git is actually stored as a blob. So you can actually look up here to see the three different files that are stored as blobs. So we have the README, we have this test Ruby file, and we have the license. So you can see the Ruby file right here. You can see the README right here, and then the license is right here. I might have the README and the license file backwards, but basically when you commit these, it stores them as a tree object in the Git repository. So you can see that this is pointing, basically the tree object has pointers to each file that is in the commit, or in Git terms, a file is referred to as a blob. So you can see that the tree basically has a pointer to each file that was part of the commit. And then, as it says up here, it creates a commit object that has the metadata and a pointer to the root project tree object so that it can recreate the snapshot when it's necessary. So if we look at this commit object, we have a pointer to the tree object, and then we have the author and committer. So that's the metadata that it's talking about. So in this specific example, the Git repository now contains 5 objects, one blob for the contents of each of your 3 files, one tree that lists the contents of the directory and specifies which file names are stored as which blobs, and one commit with the pointer to that root tree and all the commit metadata. Conceptually, the data in your Git repository looks like this, which we have already described. So that is a commit. Those are the 3 components of a commit. We have blobs, we have the tree object, and then we have the commit object. So that is a quick overview of what exactly a commit is in Git.